Well, your budget-friendly fashionistas are back with more money-saving tips for you ladies. And today it's all about some ways that you can help your clothes to last longer and look better, all while saving money. So we've got some great ones that we haven't shared most of these before on our channel. They're just little tips and tricks that we use to really make our clothes work for us. So we're excited to share them with you.
Yes, and please give this video a thumbs up if this is the kind of video that you enjoy, so that way we know to create more content like this. But if you are new here, I'm Christina. This is my best friend Kelly. Our channel is all things fashion, so we love sharing hauls, tips and tricks. We love styling, different outfits and giving you guys some fashion inspiration. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. We release 2 videos every week on Sundays and Thursdays.
So recently I found a product on Amazon that is just going to be so useful in my wardrobe, and that is a belt hole puncher. So I specifically was looking for this item because I have an event coming up and I have this beautiful belt that I bought in my regular size, but I want to be able to wear it around a dress. So I need it to come up a little bit higher than my natural waistline. I needed to have more holes in the belt, and this product worked out perfectly. What I love about this is it has different sizes for the belt hole punches, so you really can match it up to exactly the size that you need. So if you have maybe lost some weight and now you need to have more loops in more holes in your belt, you can use it for that. It's also great for things like crossbody handbag straps. So a lot of times those crossbody purses have those adjustable straps, but if you are someone who is maybe a bit more petite, you may need yours to be even shorter. You can add an additional hole or two. You could also use this for something like shoes if you needed to add another hole to adjust the strap on your shoe, or even a leather strap on a watch. Basically any leather item, this is going to be really, really helpful. And at under $10, I just felt like this was a great investment to make.
This next budget-friendly tip is to invest in some clear elastic bands. Clear elastic bands really only run you a couple of dollars, and you can use them in a couple of different ways. So for Kelly and I, we love to kind of twist and knot our tops, sometimes our t-shirts, other times our sweaters. And even though we love creating a lot of dimension to our outfits, it is the best way, honestly, to really stretch that fabric and wear out a piece of clothing that you don't have to do. So when you use instead a clear elastic band, you're able to still create that look, whether you are knotting up your sweater and kind of tucking and tying it in the front, or whether you're tying up your shirt in the back and tucking it into your pants. You can use that clear elastic band. It'll keep the fabric together and it'll make that material last a lot longer. Another little trick sometimes that we see people use is they will also use the clear elastic band in order to hold down the flap for their belt. So there's a couple of different uses for this, but definitely one you should have in your arsenal.
So this next tip is all about hanging your clothes. So if you haven't jumped on this bandwagon yet, you're really gonna wanna get yourself some of those fabric hangers. And the reason we love these hangers is they really are just like a one and done product for all of the items in your closet. So these fabric hangers, first of all, they really help to prevent from stretching out any of your clothes. So for example, sometimes you can have a nice sweater, and when you put it on certain hangers, you end up with these funny, like little puffy things on the shoulders. The sweater kind of gets stretched and everything. Another problem that I have with a lot of hangers is you go to put something on there, maybe that has a wider neckline or some spaghetti straps, and they just slip right off the hanger, and next thing you know, they are on the floor of your closet, and that's an easy way for things to get damaged or lost. Just not the way that you really want to care for your clothes if you're hoping to make them last. So by investing in these fabric hangers and having these in your closet, it's a great space saver, but it's also a great clothing saver. It really will help to keep your clothing in good form, help to keep anything from stretching out or getting damaged, help to keep your clothing from falling all over the floor. So I have replaced all of the hangers in all of our closets with these, and I just love them. I think that they're a great budget-friendly option.
Another budget-friendly way to make your clothes last longer is to actually invest in a steamer. So I know some ladies, they do have, the iron, they have the ironing board, and maybe questioning why we're recommending purchasing a steamer. And it's because when you are dealing with some very delicate kind of fabrics, you can have some accidents where you might singe the material, and you don't really run that risk when you are using a steamer instead. Another thing that can also happen is sometimes your sweater, when you're washing them and stuff, they can shrink up a little bit, and you don't typically iron a sweater, but if it's a little bit tight on you, instead of tossing it or donating it, if you actually use a steamer, it will loosen the fibers in the fabric and allow that material to kind of loosen a little bit. And you'll find that probably a sweater that you normally would have thought shrunk and you're gonna now donate it, you actually will be able to wear it. So these are just some easy ways to really lengthen the life of your clothing.
If you are a handbag lover, this next item is one that you're going to love, and it is a handbag insert. And the reason we included that item here in budget-friendly tips and making our things last longer is because if you love handbags, then you definitely want to keep your handbag in top condition. Whether it's a designer bag that you invested in or a more budget-friendly bag, you're gonna wanna keep that bag looking good so that you can enjoy it for years to come. And if it's a bag that you invested in and you decide that it doesn't work out for you, you may want to resell that bag. So you're going to want to keep it in good quality, good condition. And a handbag insert will help you to do that. So first of all, these come in different sizes to fit the shape of your bag. And the first thing it does for a bag is really help to retain the shape of the bag. Sometimes we buy a structured style bag, but when that bag is not fully stuffed, it can kind of fall over and get a little slouchy. So if you don't want that to happen, definitely having an insert will really help you. Another thing that it really does is to help the interior of the bag to stay nice and clean. So if you are like me, you may be throwing things in your bag like pens or hard candies or some lipstick, and it can really get dirty inside of the bag. And if you want to prevent that, a handbag insert will be your best friend. So I will link some below for you guys, but this is definitely something that I have really been embracing over the years, and it has saved so many of my bags.
One of the items that we keep tucked away in our filming room in our little fashion toolkit that we always make sure that we have in supply is fashion tape. So of course we have shared fashion tape with you before, but there are so many endless things that we're able to do with it. And one of the things that we find most often can happen is if something doesn't fit properly, or if something is a little bit of annoying and it's kind of sticking out, people will then tend to say, oh, I just don't really like this item anymore, and they will either donate it or toss it. So this is the reason why we wanted to put this on the list. Obviously we are using this fashion tape to keep our shirts from puckering in the front. In fact, I have a little bit of fashion tape that I'm using today in order to do that. We also are big fans of collared shirts and collared dresses. So sometimes the collars will close in on us, something that we find really annoying and probably wouldn't wear as often if we didn't have our fashion tape to keep our collars in place. It's also a great little thing to use for straps. So you can use them for handbag straps to keep them in place. You can also use them for belt straps to kind of keep the belt strap from, lifting up. You can even use them for the straps that go around your ankles on your high heel shoes. Sometimes they'll lift up a little bit, but with a little fashion tape, it keeps it in place. I've even used fashion tape for some of my shoes. I have a pair of shoes that has like some cute little bows that are on them, but the bow just wasn't sitting right. However, I just made sure that I used a little bit of fashion tape, and voila, I love these shoes. I wear them a lot, and the bows always look perfectly in place. So if you haven't used fashion tape, definitely worth the investment because you're gonna get 1,000,001 uses out of them.
Over the summertime, I had purchased this beautiful canvas bag in this soft ivory color, and I really had trouble using this bag because I was always so worried about getting stains on it or if it was going to rain outside. So if you have ever struggled with this, I have a great product to share with you that's really gonna help to save your items, and that is this fabric protector spray that I discovered. This is available on Amazon. It's a great spray. I have used it, and I'd say it does work. You can use it on lots of different fabrics and bags as well as on shoes. You spray the item, you can coat it a couple of times, you let it dry, and it really does help so that if you are to get any kind of staining on your bag or your shoe, you're then just able to gently wash it off, wipe it off with a little bit of water or maybe like some gentle soap. And it really does protect. It also protects from those water spots that you can get on different items. So I found this, I did my research. I wanted to make sure before I sprayed this luxury bag with a product that it was going to be safe for the product, that it wasn't going to cause any kind of damage or staining. And it really worked like a charm. And now I'm able to use that bag without being so nervous about it. So this is a great product. I would definitely recommend it for like any of those winter or fall boots that you might have, or if you have any canvas or cotton style handbags that you want to protect them, this is going to be great. Definitely read the product description, but I'm pretty sure you can probably also use it on some leather items as well. So if you want to make sure that you're protecting your items, that you are taking good care of them, and that you're not wasting money on things that are going to become damaged and have to be tossed, definitely check this out.
A great way to save some money is to do your dry cleaning at home. So we all know dry cleaning can be a very expensive cost. And one of the products that we have just recently found is this one by Woolite. It's a very easy product. You're able to just take your items, I would say about 5 or 6 items, toss them into the dryer, put this sheet in there along with it, dry it for about 20 minutes, and when it comes out, your clothes are fresh, they are smelling great. Now, if you are anything like me, then you are someone who has purchased dry cleaning items in the past. However, I wouldn't take them to the dry cleaners. I would be the person who would try to experiment with the different settings on my washing machine to see if I could actually safely wash this item at home. I cannot even tell you how many times I have ruined items of clothing for myself or for my daughter, who has been very heartbroken to lose some of her fashion pieces, because I just didn't want to honestly go and spend the money to pay for the dry cleaning when really it wasn't that expensive of an item, and I thought I might be able to fudge it in the washing machine. However, now I'm able to really just very easily dry clean my items at home. I don't have to go anywhere, and I'm safely able to do this and protect my clothing and make them last a lot longer.
So have you ever purchased a pair of shoes, tried them on, felt like they fit great, worn them out, and then by the end of the night realized, oh, I really should have gone up a half a size. These are not super comfortable. Well, it happens to all of us, and we have a solution for you. So I had invested a while back in these shoe stretchers, and they're just such a great item to have on hand for those times when you realize that the shoe is not fitting you just right. You can use these to even like widen a part of your shoe or to stretch them if the length is a little bit too tight on you, and it's really going to help the shoe to just fit better and feel more comfortable. This can also be helpful if maybe you put on some weight, perhaps maybe even people who, when they're pregnant, your feet can get a little bit larger, a little bit more swollen, and you want that comfort in your shoes, because let's be honest, doesn't matter how cute the shoes are, if they're not comfortable, you're just not going to reach for them. So this is a really helpful product and very inexpensive, and it's a great way to get more wear out of your shoes, to literally stretch your dollar. Okay, ladies, we hope you enjoyed this video and found some helpful tips. And if you have any budget-friendly tips to share with us, we would love to hear them. Make sure you comment down below, and we will see you on Sunday for the next video.